If you're running an e-com brand or a drop shipping store and you don't have this crucial piece set up for your business, you are missing out on hundreds, if not millions of dollars in revenue. With the rising costs of advertising on social media platforms, it is extremely important that you have your email marketing set up properly. Setting up simple flows, abandoned cart recovery, and promotions can drastically change your return on ad spend and overall improve your profit margins. And the best part is it only takes a couple minutes to set up. So before I walk you through step by step exactly how to set up these flows, let's double down on how important email marketing is for your business with these statistics and revenue generating benefits. Number one is that you should have a significant revenue contribution from email marketing into your business at around 30 to 45% to be considered healthy. And what this means is email marketing can drive 30 to 45% of an e-commerce brand's total revenue. And why is it important to achieve this specific number? Because the market has shown in successful and healthy e-com brands that hitting these specific revenue numbers supports healthy and sustainable growth. But relying too heavily on email marketing alone can indicate underperforming areas of your business, mainly pointing to paid acquisition. But if you can achieve this 30 to 45% revenue coming from email marketing, it shows that email is complementing other channels perfectly. Number two is email marketing is cost-effective and top-of-mind marketing. Email is by far the easiest way to keep your brand top of mind. If you think about it this way, with paid advertising, every single impression, especially if you want multiple impressions, aka showing your ad twice to the same customer, you have to pay for this every single time. These emails allow you to reach an engaged audience essentially for free or very low cost. This will allow you to position your brand to be ready for when that customer is ready to purchase. Number three, and one of my favorites, is maximizing ad spend to capture traffic. On average, email marketing should help you retain 8 to 12% of visitors driven by paid advertising. Basically, instead of losing customers after one single visit, email recaptures their attention and it nurtures them. This essentially means that your advertisement investment doesn't end at that first click. It turns your paid traffic into subscribers where you then can nurture them and eventually turn them into a customer, recapturing some of that traffic that you paid for. And number four is having powerful automations tailored to customers' journeys. So what email marketing can do is it allows you to automate personalized customer journeys based on their actions. And what I mean by this is that email flows can be triggered based on what the customers are doing on your website, such as adding to cart, making a third purchase, or just completing a survey. Now, all of these customers get tagged and bucketed into different flows and sent different emails based on what they're doing on your website. Therefore, these flows will nurture them in the correct way to get them to come back and purchase more from you. Those are some statistics and reasons why email marketing is so important to your business. Now, hopefully you realize this and you've been missing out if you do not have this set up already. But what we're going to be doing now is using OmniSend to set up everything that I just talked about so you're ready to go. Now, a big question is, why do I use OmniSend rather than a bunch of other email service providers out there? To put it bluntly, most email marketing platforms just kind of suck. I can say honestly, there are about 4 that are pretty good. And from that list, I can say there are about 2 that are beginner friendly and they don't require you to go through a huge course on how to understand it and how to set it up. Why I like to use OmniSend is it's highly rated by a lot of peers and big players in the e-com space. They make setting up all the automations and flows a breeze. And obviously it connects directly onto your Shopify store, feeding data back and forth seamlessly. So let's walk you through step by step, setting up all of your flows. And by the end of this video, you're going to be collecting emails. You're going to have automations out and ready to send. And hopefully sooner than later, you're going to start seeing some revenue come back into your store from email marketing. All right, so I'm just going to go on omnisend.com and I'll put a link down below in the description if you want to follow along with me. So first we're going to have to sign up for OmniSend, link it onto our Shopify store, and we can do all of this on the free plan that they have. So we're just going to click start free at the top right here. Now you can sign up through Shopify, you can sign up through Google, you can sign up through email, do whatever you want here. It's probably easiest to sign up through Shopify, but I'll just show you what it's like to sign up through email. So all I have to do is type in your business email, your password, say whether it's e-commerce or not e-commerce, hit sign up. So I'm going to say my business is for e-commerce. I agree, sign up. It's going to ask you to go to your email and confirm that you actually want to start your account. Then you're going to answer a couple more questions about your business and then you're going to be placed in their platform. All right, now it's going to take you to the login page here where we're going to connect our Shopify store. You do have to do this first before setting up any of the flows. So I recommend doing this right now. So just click on that connect to Shopify button and then we're just going to be installing this onto our Shopify store. You're probably already logged in if you do have a Shopify store. If not, you have to log in first. And then we're just going to hit install at the left here. It's going to take you to this page where you want to install the app on Shopify. Just hit install. And now you have to set your brand assets and they're going to apply them onto emails and forms. So here you can upload your logo. You can choose the coloring that you like to use on your website just by using the hex code or dragging on the dropper here. You don't have to do this, but it's nice to do because once you start setting up all these automations, it's going to take your colors into consideration in your logo so you don't have to upload them later on. Now that we've got our store connected, we're good to go. We can start creating these automations. Now there are 2 main ways that you can collect emails from customers so then you can start retargeting and marketing towards them. One One of them is collecting them naturally through your Shopify store in the checkout system. So when someone comes onto your website, they go to the checkout and maybe they don't make a purchase from you, but they entered their email. Shopify automatically collects this for you, and it's going to be sending that data over to OmniSend as well. Now, the second most popular way that we can collect emails would be setting up like a pop-up form. And so this is the form that would open up on your website when they have an intent to scroll away, or it opens up automatically. It's kind of whatever you want for those settings. But what this pop-up form does is say, hey, you want to take 10% off your first order, enter your email here and we'll send you that code. You're giving them an offer and a reason to purchase from you at a discounted rate. You're also collecting their email in this process, so then you can set them up into these flows and you can start marketing towards them. So to do that, we're going to go onto the form section of OmniSend, and then we're going to click on preview and launch form. And they already have it all set up for you, good to go. That's what's fantastic about OmniSend, is they make it so easy for beginners because they have all these presets and templates just done for you, where you don't have to really think about it too much. So this is the form example that we would have pop up. You can say get 10% off your first order. You can edit anything that you want here and make it specific to your brand and the brand coloring as well. You can change the background. You can do anything that you want for this pop-up flow. You can also change the steps in here. So you can do step 1, enter your email to get 10% off. Step 2, you can have a phone number if you want to start sending them SMS text as well. The phone number does turn off some people, so you might get a lower conversion rate on SMS. So if you're just looking to only collect emails and that's how you want to do your marketing, then you can turn off step 2, which would be collecting the phone. After that, they get the success message. It says whatever you want, you can change all of this. And then they moved into the subscribed area here, and then you're good to go. But you can also add any more options that you'd like to have in this process, but it's best to just keep it simple. And then on the right side is where you're going to be able to tag them as needed. So this one will be tagged with form, subscriber, welcome discount. So now you know everyone that used this pop-up and inputted their email will be tagged with this tag right here, which you can change if you want. And that way you can put them into separate flows and automations, which we're going to cover a little bit later on. You can change the scheduling if you'd like. You can always show the form, start dates, different dates if you have any special offers going on, maybe for Black Friday or Christmas or something like that. There are so many different settings here. You can change the display if you want to. You can set up page rules to say, you know, they have to visit 3 different pages on my website before this actually pops up. You can do ones like exit intent. So if it looks like they're about to leave your website, then it pops up. Basically anything that you want to do, you can set up and change here. Once we've designed all of this and it looks good to us, we set up our frequencies or where it's going to display and how often. Once all of that is done and set up, we're going to hit enable form, and then it's good to go. It's published on our website and it's live. Now we set up the email collection, which is doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is collecting emails. And once you start building up this library of emails, which you have to have before you obviously do some email marketing, now we can move the emails that we've collected into certain automations to automatically send out to these customers based on what they did on the website. There are 3 main important flows that you have to have on your website. One is abandoned cart. So anyone that checks out on your website, puts in their information, gets to the checkout page, but doesn't make a purchase and they leave your website, that's an abandoned cart. We want to win those customers back. The second flow that we need to set up is post-purchase. So anyone that's actually purchased from your website, they see this flow after. And the third one is the welcome flow. So it's keeping your brand at the top of their mind. It's also welcoming them to your brand. You can show your kind of brand voice in here. You can give them information on blog articles and other things to actually show your brand's personality and community. That's obviously niche dependent on how you'd want to set that up. So let's set up all these flows in order, and you guys can follow me along step by step. It's super easy. The first one that we're going to set up is the abandoned cart flow. This is arguably one of the more important ones. An abandoned cart recovery flow is going to grab a lot of customers that didn't actually complete a purchase on your website, and it's going to entice them to come back and complete that purchase. This is where you're going to see a massive jump in your return on ad spend, because we paid for that traffic to come onto our website, but they didn't check out. That doesn't mean they're gone completely. We got their emails. Let's reach back out and try to get them back on to purchase. So now we're in our OmniSend dashboard. We're going to go up to automation, and then we're going to click on preview and start workflows. And now it's already going to take you here to turning on the abandoned cart and checkout workflows. So they've optimized this completely for you. They've done all of the research and work and the A/B testing, and they know what style of flows, how long to wait to optimize the highest conversion rate of people coming back. So all we have to do here is select our discount code, which is the value for the third email. So it's 5%, 10%, or 15% of what you want to offer them off to come back and purchase from you. This is obviously up to you based on your margins, but I'm going to go with 10% here right in the middle. Then we're just going to click continue setup. And now you can add an SMS channel as well. So if you are collecting phone numbers, you can add flows for texting as well. For now, since we're only doing emails, I'm just going to use emails only. Then click on start workflows at the bottom right. Fantastic work. Our abandoned cart and checkout flows are already active. So let's take a look at them. So now we've got our abandoned checkout one. Let's click on it and see what it looks like. And we can change anything that we want to change here. This is the editor for all of your flows, and it's similar to the pop-up editor we saw. You can see here that customers enter the workflow and they started their checkout. That's the people that are going to be triggered into this specific flow. And what really qualifies them is customers will exit the workflow if they place an order. So what that means is if they abandon their cart, we sent them them this email flow, they came back and purchased, they're not going to get this email flow again. The mission was completed. We recovered that customer. So the first email that they're going to get is items in your cart are selling fast. Wait for 11 hours. Your cart misses you. Wait for 12 hours. And then don't miss out and 10% off your cart. So the idea here in the psychology behind this is reminding them that they have products in their cart and they're selling out fast. If they didn't see that email or don't care, you wait for 11 hours and it says your cart misses you. It reminds them again, hey, you need to purchase this item. You put this in a cart for a reason. And if they still don't come back and purchase and they're not interested, then you give them the additional discount code, which hopefully entices them enough to actually come back and use that code because they're like, well, at least I get 10% off now. I might as well just make the purchase. And again, all of this is completely customizable. So if you look at the first email here on the right side, you can edit the entire email. You can change this from cart selling out fast to whatever you want that represents your brand or your brand voice. The pre-header for the email, the sender's name, which will not be Austin, it'd be your brand's name. And then down below, you see the email, how it's actually gonna look when the customer receives it. So you can click on edit content if you want, and you can add anything in here, your product recommendations, product listings, your logo, menus, social media, whatever you want in here to customize it fully, you can do. It's super, super easy. It's honestly easier than setting up a Shopify store. They just make everything really intuitive here. This is the template one that they use. They'd have your logo here and it says, what happened? We've noticed you left some items in your cart. These items could soon be gone, so grab them while you can. So you got to complete your order. And what's nice is when they click on complete your order, it already knows what they had in their cart previously. And then scrolling down, they have all the products that you would want to upload on here. Then you can remove, add as many as you'd want on there, finish editing, or send yourself a test email to see what it looks like. So we'll click on finish editing. And again, you can change all of these to however you want, but this is just the most simple, easy way to set it up. You can get very, very complex and complicated. You can do 15 different emails that you send to them until they come back and purchase from you. But a really good rule of thumb, and statistically after A/B testing millions of different emails, the best is really just having 3 in a row. It's reminding them, and then offering a discount code on the third one. Because if they've gone that far and they haven't purchased, maybe that discount code will entice them. So once you edited all of this to the way that you like in the verbiage and the wording that you're using on your emails, you would just hit publish changes and it would publish right onto your Shopify store and be enabled immediately. So this is the same thing. It sets up both abandoned checkout and cart for you. You can edit both of them however you want. There is obviously a difference between abandoned cart and abandoned checkout. Cart is just items that are in the cart. They have not moved on to checkout yet. And checkout ones are more high intent. They've gone to the cart, they've gone to the checkout page, and then they actually dropped off. So keep that in mind that you have to edit both of these separately because there are different types of customers with different actions taken on your website. Now we've got that covered. The next one that we're going to be moving on to is post-purchase flow. So going back into our automation section on OmniSend, we're going to click create workflow on the right side. And here they've got everything you need. They don't just cover cart abandonment or welcome flows. They've got all these templates ready for you. So if your goal is to convert subscribers, you can click through these templates. If you have a special occasion, maybe it's like Valentine's Day sale or something like that, you can look through those templates. So right now we're going to do post-purchase. So we're going to click on that one. Now post-purchase are people that have purchased from your website, and this is the email that they're getting post-purchase. There are a couple of different things you can do with post-purchase and different flows to set up. Most of the time people go right into that first email saying, hey, buy another product. Look at this product that you missed out on. But in my opinion, that can kind of rub people the wrong way a little bit. Like, I just purchased from you and now you're asking me to buy another item. I think you need to nurture them a little bit more. So what I like to do for the post-purchase is to give them a little bit of information about the product that they just purchased, whether it's a guide on how to use it or use cases, or just welcoming them into the community. Maybe you have like a newsletter or blog that they might be interested in. Just reaffirming their purchase that they made is with a solid company and cares about their customers and their community. This also will help with a little bit of buyer's remorse, which is also great for returns. You can take this however you want. That's just kind of the flow that I would like to put them in. So what I would go down to is the order follow-up, and then I would click on customize this workflow. So customers enter this workflow when they place an order. What we can do here is say wait for 7 days, or we can change this here to immediately, and then right after they purchase, it says join your new purchase. So we'd have to change this. You could say something like, thanks for your purchase. Here's a guide on how to use your new product. Then you'd go down here to edit the content, hit yes, save. And then now you go into this email flow and you can add your blog or community or your kind of guide on how to use the product that they just purchased. Then you'd hit finish editing once you've completed all that, and you're nurturing them more as a customer that just purchased from you, and you're showing that you care about them and the community. Now, after we've given them that post-purchase email, let's wait a little bit. So what I would like to do is add a delay here. So you just drag it from the flow actions right here, click on 1 minute. Let's actually go anywhere from 7 to 14 days, depending on your shipping time. Let's say they get the product in 7 days, and then a week after they get their product, then we're going to hit them with a complimentary product, a cross sell, maybe a new product that we've released or we want them to purchase from us, or what matches their product well. How we do that is after waiting 14 days, you would now send an email. You could change the subject line to, hey, I hope you're loving your item. It's been a week now. Have you seen item X that enhances product Y? Then go into the email content here and talk about how they hope that you love the product they purchased from you. Maybe any FAQs, or if they have any questions, they can reply in a form. Then you can go on and add a product listing. So you can drop in a product listing here and say, hey, have you seen this product that complements your other product really well? A lot of people purchase this and they love using them together. And that's when you try to resell them to come back onto your website and purchase another item from you. If you can master the post-purchase and have people come back onto your website, it's going to increase the lifetime value of the customer, really stretch out your ROAS, and focusing on the second purchase from a customer and a returning customer is going to build you a very, very strong e-commerce business. After we set up our post-purchase here to however you like, we would just hit start workflow here and it'd be published back onto your Shopify store. Now, the next flow that we want to make sure is set up is our welcome flow. So we're going to go on to create another workflow here, and then we're going to go up to welcome and choose one of these templates. This one is a 3 message. This one's 1 message, 1 text. We're going to go with the regular 3 email flow. So we'll hit customize workflow for this one as well. Now this flow is categorized and triggered when customers enter this workflow when they subscribe to marketing. It could be that they subscribe to your newsletter. It could be an abandoned cart as well. You can kind of set this up and trigger it however you want, but this overall flow is going to welcome them into your brand. And again, you can set this up however you want it to delay. It's going to go 1 minute later. They're going to get their first welcome email, and this one has a discount code in it. You can change this and just welcome them to the brand or the community. Give them a little about you guys, you know, what you stand for, why you created this company, what kind of your mission is. I think that's a really good thing to do, especially if you're selling products in a strong community-based niche. I really think that helps nurture a lot of the customers to become loyal customers. Then it would go down here to waiting for 1 day, and it would send them the next one. You can obviously have a discount in here, maybe some products or new releases that are coming out. Wait for 4 days, and then maybe send them a discount code after at the end. Your welcome flow, again, doesn't have to be too crazy. I think having 3 emails in some form of order without being too pushy, it's kind of the best way to set it up. You don't really want to annoy your customers and make them unsubscribe right away. You really want to nurture your customers, show that you care about your brand. That way you can hopefully get them to purchase from you and maybe purchase multiple times from you. So once that workflow is set up, you just hit update and start workflow, and then you'd be good to go. Now, those are the 3 main flows that you have to have set up in your e-commerce business if you want to succeed. But that doesn't just end there. There are different flows that you can set up for all different scenarios. You can set up flows for seasonal items, Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals, holidays. You can really do anything that you want in OmniSend and have it automate and turn off whenever you want based on the time of the year or what you're promoting or any discounts that you got going on. You also want to keep in mind that if you are releasing a new product, you can just go out and send a campaign. Your email list can be used to just send direct campaigns. They don't have to go right into flows. So how you do that is just go in the top left here, and let's say we collected 100 emails and we want to send out an email marketing campaign, just reaching out to them directly saying, hey, we just added 5 new products. You should check them out. You might like these. And you can segment this list however you want. You'd go into campaigns, click create email campaign. You change the subject line, the sender's name, which would be your brand, the pre-header, campaign name, all of this stuff. This is the inbox preview. So this is a good example of how it's going to look in someone's email. Just make sure it looks good and you'd click on it. It doesn't look scammy. After you figured that out, you'd click on choose email template, and they've got all of these templates ready to roll for you. Black Friday ones are really popular. Thanksgiving ones, Halloween, whatever you really want. So if we're going to do a Black Friday one, you just use this template, change out your logo, change out any of these images if you don't like them, if they don't match, change your discount code to whatever you have for your Black Friday, and then why you're offering this discount, some products that you're selling on your website. Basically, this template is good to go. It's a great structure. You just have to replace with your own stuff. Once you change everything here, you can send yourself a test email if you want to take a look at it. But when you're fully done, you're going to hit save and choose recipients. And from here, you'd see your segment list. If you had 1,000 subscribers and 200 are cart abandoned, 200 are welcome flow, and the rest are just newsletter signups. You'd see all of these segments here and choose the ones that you want to send them to, or you can just send it to all subscribers. Once you decide, you'd review the campaign at the bottom right, and then it's all good to go. You just hit send now at the bottom right, and your email is sent out. That is how you're going to utilize email marketing to really scale up your business, increase the lifetime value of your customers, build brand loyalty, customer loyalty, and really claw back some of that ad spend that you're giving out to these social media platforms. Now, if you set up all of these properly, you're going to see a big lift in revenue and returning customers coming back. You're going to see people that have abandoned their cart come back and purchase from you. And all of this is completely trackable on OmniSend. You just go to the dashboard and see how many people are opening these emails, how many clicked, how many actually came back and purchased. That way you can see directly the impact of your email marketing campaigns. It is as simple as that, as setting these up. You can do this in under 30 minutes to have some great campaigns and flows and all of the basics covered with OmniSend. Again, if you want to try them out, they do have a free plan. I'll link that down below in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this guide and it generates some revenue for your guys' e-commerce brands. Again, I can't reiterate enough how important email marketing is, so make sure you get these set up right away. All right, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.